Hi there, Miss Brown here. Today, we'll be making some coffee filter snowflakes. These are a lot of fun, especially with those cool winter colors. So, have fun and get creative. Today, we'll be making winter symmetrical snowflakes. These are actually made out of our coffee filters. If you have coffee filters at home, this is a perfect little activity to make lovely window hangings as well, as the light likes to shine through these coffee filters. You will need markers, coffee filters, plates or newspaper to keep a clean workstation, some water. I have a squirt bottle here, but you may have a little water cup with a clip or an eyedropper of some sort. This can get a little messy, so it's especially important to have a nice clean workstation and be prepared to lay out supplies so you don't make a big mess. Get ready to have some fun. Alright, I've got my workstation all set up right here. I've got a paper plate, some newspaper, and some paper towels just in case laid out for us today. I'm going to be working on this paper plate. I really like paper plates for this project because it kind of holds all that water and it makes a great little workstation to hold individual coffee filters. So I'm going to grab one coffee filter. Make sure you only have one. They like to stick together. And I'm going to place it on my paper plate and spread it out nice and flat. I am going to color this coffee filter with cool colors. Now, if you've learned, cool colors are actually colors that feel cold and remind us of winter time. If we look at the rainbow, it is the last half of our rainbow, which are the greens, the blues, and the purples. I'm going to use just these colors. You could use the other colors of the rainbow if you wish, but these are the warm colors, as they remind us of fire and a hot, hot summer day. I'm going to stick with just these today. You can experiment though with what colors you like when you get to making your own creation. I am now going to take my blue and I am going to start doing some decorations and designs. The magic with this process is if I put on a lot of marker ink, it will spread out a lot more and become very, very bright. I'm just making some squiggles. You can add designs and experiments. Maybe you want to do some polka dots. Maybe you want to draw a different sort of design. That's all up to you. It's your artwork. You can get creative with it. I'm going to do some fun little shapes and squiggles. Alright, I've got a design I am relatively happy with, and I am going to see exactly how this design is going to spread. So I am laying this out flat. I've got it in my little paper plate, which holds it all together. If you don't have paper plates, you can do it right on the newspaper. You just have to be careful because this is going to be where you could get messy. You already see my hands. I've done this a couple times, and my fingers have already gotten a little blue. So make sure you have a nice clean workstation and is in an area where there are important things that could get colored. I'm then going to take my squirt bottle here, and I am just going to start spraying this design. I'm just giving it a couple sprays, and you can already see that water is starting to move those colored markers. These are washable Crayola markers. Most markers are washable already. Just be sure you have washable. Otherwise, they might not move as much as you want them to. I'm going to add a couple more squirts of water. Ooh, you
you can really see it start to move there. There we go. Whoa. And now I am going to let this dry. Yours might take a while to dry. It might dry faster than mine. I put a lot of water on here. You might want to leave this out for a whole afternoon or overnight even before you get started. Alright, if you do not, for whatever reason, have a squirt bottle at home, you can also take your design and use a water cup to make it work. All I'm going to do is I'm going to take my design, and as long as I'm not feeling too particular about these colors, I can see what happens when I fold it up. And then I'm going to take a little binder clip. If you have a paper clip or anything else, you can use that. But I'm just going to clip it and dip it. And that color will start to spread. And it starts to go pretty quickly right now. This one gets a little bit messier. That's kind of why my fingers are blue, because it has to drip out and get all nice and clean. I can leave it here to dry, or I can take it out and unfold it. I'm going to leave this one here to dry. That's actually how I made this one earlier, is I closed it up, folded it up, dipped it, and then let it dry before I unfolded it. Alright, so after this is all nice and dry, we are going to now make this into a snowflake. First, what you're going to do is fold your coffee filter in half. If for whatever reason you don't have coffee filters, you can do the same thing with a piece of paper. You're going to fold it in half though once, and then you're going to fold it in half again. Just like this. Now I've folded it in half once. Twice, I am going to do a third additional fold right in half. You should end up then with a nice pizza shape, like a little slice of pizza. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to take my scissors, and with my knowledge of scissor safety, I'm going to start cutting out some shapes. Now it's really important you pay attention to this. I want to be sure that this last fold at the end stays together. If I end up cutting off this fold too much, my snowflake could fall apart. I'm going to show you how we're going to do this now. First, I'm going to start by cutting the center. I'm going to use a lot of curved and straight lines. I'm going to make a nice small curve, so it kind of makes a circle in the end. I'm then going to cut the very end here. I'm going to make sure to avoid these folds though, so it still stays intact. I'm going to do kind of a zigzag cut. Right there. And I'm going to do a big curve up to that zigzag. Just like this. And I'm going to cut the edge right there. A little bit different lines to have fun. I'm now going to cut right here. But I am not cutting all the way. I'm going to just kind of twist and tear this. But I'm not going to cut out this entire fold. I'm going to still leave this little bit here to hold it together. I'm going to do a little rectangle there. This is where you can have fun and kind of make whatever shapes or pattern or design you want. People get really good at this and they'll actually make full out designs and creatures and shapes. I just like to have fun with it though, and that's okay. Perfect. So I'm going to be happy with this. And now I am going to see how this looks. If I fold it open once, you can see we've actually created a symmetrical artwork. If we go right down this line, it is equal on both sides. Symmetry means equal across either way. So if I cut this right in half, symmetry. If we do that again, I have another symmetrical snowflake. But if we open it up all the way, wow, look at that. That turned out fantastic. Look at that. That is a great symmetrical snowflake. And there you have it. You can make as many of these as you want with coffee filters. You could also do the same thing with paper if you would like as well. Either way, have fun and get creative.